I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock, and I came out here late this morning. I slept in, and that's actually kind of nice because I was extra tired, but I'm starting late, and that's sometimes a pain in the butt to get everything done. I put down some ideas on my MacBook Air in the house before I came out here so I could speed up the process. I don't know if that's actually gonna work, but I airdropped what I did on my phone, and then when I got out here, I plopped it on the computer. I'm just now gonna line these up and put them on some tracks. So I got a verse and a chorus. It's like E major to, or C sharp minor actually, to E minor. Yeah, that should be it. Let me listen to this if it's gonna. There, I gotta put it on low latency mode so I don't get that weird feedback thing. Actually, lucky it didn't feedback. Okay. Halftime, because that sounds absolutely stupid. I use this Logic drummer as a metronome, and kind of nice because if I change the time signature or whatever, how's this beat probably still sucks, but let me see. So the beat's going to be slightly annoying, but you know what? I can just get rid of 2 hits here. Let me see. This might be better. Tempo's right. I got a decent beat going. Let me grab my guitar. I just grabbed my guitar, plugged it in, and here we are. This whole thing is MIDI. I play this in with a MIDI controller. I got a PreSonus Atom I can plug in. Sometimes I'm too lazy. I don't even bother with that. If you don't know and you have a Mac, you can actually hit Command K. I can play on the computer keyboard. Because I do it so much, I'm getting kind of obnoxiously good at it. Funny because I can't play keyboard that great, but I can play literal computer keyboard fantastic. Okay, so anyway, I just need to look at this mini because I did nothing crazy here. This is all E with some scale run stuff. I'm not per se gonna do that exact thing, but I need to see this. Okay, I did C sharp, G, A, B. Okay. So I got that down. That's my all the way through take. You need a little more top end and mids, less low end. Debating cutting this. I'm gonna make a new track real quick. So this is gonna basically make it like a patch change. Worked out, I think. So it's like a patch change. So now what I'm going to do is start piecing together some overdubs on here. So I don't even have to keep replaying that. I just literally grab it. I'm going to color it. I didn't want to put the snares here, but I think I gotta, because it keeps throwing me off when every other measure starts with a snare drum. There's a plugin I never tried before, except for a day or two ago. There's multi-effects in Logic menu here, and I never tried step effects. I've tried all of the other ones, but I was like, oh, neat. There's a whole thing. Alright, it's not too much different than a really kind of advanced chorus singing sound almost. Okay, I've got a Boss Poly Shifter here, and just drop it an octave. I'm not going to one for one it. I just want to do a couple things. This is going to seem really basic, but I think I'm going to automate the pitch thing on here. So I can drop this with an octave, and then that frees me up to use the whammy stuff on here without needing that to drop me. I think technically I can do the thicken thing to lower it an octave. So I could do it, but my computer's not doing as much heavy lifting. That's kind of half the point. All right, that was cool. Yeah, like that. All right, I low cut that to 232. So I low cut. The lower I drop the tuning, the more I cut the low ends. Now to fatten up the chorus, I'm just going to stay 2 octaves down, and let me see, this is going to be ridiculous. You can actually still differentiate the note if you like barely just scrape the pick right at the bottom of the string. Light movement to that one, not much though. All that craziness in my guitar bus where I filter all the guitars into is hitting at minus 12 dB, so lots of headroom. I need to go get some coffee out of my system because it's settled to the bottom. I'll be back probably playing bass guitar. I've been trying to buy strings for this bass guitar because I want thicker gauge strings, and it's a royal pain in the butt. I found a website that sells them. I'm trying to freaking go to the shopping cart and hit buy, and it won't let me. It's like, you're locked out of the website. I'm like, okay, I guess you don't want my money. I don't know why sites do that. It's so stupid. It's like, just let me enter my info, the address, and ship me the dang product. Why do we need all this other crap? It just makes me not want to go there, and I'm literally not going to go. I can't just buy these things on Amazon. I got a 6-string bass, and I'm trying to replace the 2 low strings with like mega fat, like 9-string bass strings, so I can do EA below standard, and then the other 4 strings are going to be just a standard tune bass. That's just going to be for like the weird stuff I do. So yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. I got the guitars done, I got the guitar solo done, and normally I'd be doing bass and drums, but I just decided to just jump in and start doing vocals because it's getting them at the time where I want to go to the gym and stuff during my lunchtime-ish thing, and I want to stop at a local store and see if they can order me bass strings. Because, like, I don't like to do all that before I sing because my voice gets worse as I go through the day, so I'm just going to do it now, and then I can come back and shoot the rest of the video, and my video is probably going to come out a little later today, but big deal. There's a little stink bug on my pedal. He's crawling on my finger. These things are harmless. You don't want to smash them because they have a name for a reason. They smell bad. There he is. You can go back there. He's just going to literally walk around aimlessly, so I'll just put him on the desk, drop him off outside. Okay, he doesn't want to leave. Go, little guy. This is an old garage. Renovated upstairs, but it's an old garage. I eventually will get bugs in here. I don't even care anymore. I put down some lyrics. I kind of have a rough idea for this, so let me just kind of warm up and try it. What's the track counter? 7. It felt like 37. Ugh. Kept like messing up the timing and ugh. Okay, I got a long chorus at the end. I could probably just get away with pasting that there though, because I'll just automate the volume of the guitar solo a little down and then a little up, and that'll be the outro, and that's the laziest, easiest way I can possibly do it. So I think that's good. But anyway, I'm gonna hit save for now. I've got verse and chorus recorded. That's all I need for the vocals. Okay, am I on? It looks like I'm on. I just pasted the chorus. I'm back, by the way. So I went to the gym, did my thing, went to the music store I was mentioning. They don't have anything in stock, and I'm not surprised by that because barely find this thing online, but they're going to see if they can order some kind of specialty strings for me, so that might work. So yeah. That is a bass part. I made it all the way through again. I'm getting used to the crazy instrument. My camera battery is showing me low battery again, and I want to see if I can get this thing done before that craps out on me. I was just listening back a few times after I did the drums and just trying to decide if I wanted to do anything else. I don't think I do. I could, but I think I just clutter the mix up. So that's going to be it. I could automate this down. I never did do that. I'm going to do this and talk at the same time. So the lyrics I put down are going to be copy pasted to the bottom of my description box. So instead of trying to blast my guitar solo louder in the mix, it doesn't work that well. Select the other one. There you go. You know what else I'm going to do is automate it down here when I come in with the chorus. Lyrics are going to be at the bottom of the description box. In the middle of my description box, there's going to be a big paragraph listing all the places you can find my music if you want to purchase or stream it online. So it's just the usual things you'd see online, Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Music, whatever one it's called, and things like that. If you use a service, you want to see if it's in the list, just check it out. If it is, you can go to the service's search bar, type my name in. It'll be the same as the channel name, and you'll find me. At the top of my description box is a link. I always say in the beginning of the videos, it's Christian rock. I think I did in this one, but I was a little distracted by some other stuff, so maybe I didn't, but I usually do. I don't say anything about it, except my lyrics are sometimes vaguely about that. This link, though, is really good objective teaching. Every other thing I see online is subjective teaching. It's just, I don't see anything worthwhile except this. So I put the link here, say, hey, check this out if you want to, because it's a good resource. And you're just going to see grammar translation from the original languages, text in context, bird's eye view of the whole thing. Text out of context is error, and so many places do that. Or it's just traditional denominational stuff piled on, which is also just going to produce error. So none of that here, just teaching what does this actually say, you know, that kind of thing. So being that I think it's a good resource, I put it there, and if you want to check it out, you can. That's pretty much all there is to it. If you subscribe, you can see me endlessly write music every day, because that's pretty much all that happens here. I don't do anything fancy. I just come out, sit down and write a song. Sometimes I make a crap song, sometimes I make a really good song, and there's a lot of in between. So I'm not really worried about it being the best thing you've ever heard or being super show-offy. I'm just writing stuff I think sounds cool, so if I was driving on a long road trip, I could put it on and zone out and just cruise. That's kind of like my goal. That's it. Lately I like heavier music, so that's why I keep writing heavier music. So yeah, I'm going to throw a plugin on my vocals called Humanoid. I do that a lot, and I just automate it up and down. It does vocoder, filter, auto-generated harmonies, and that sort of thing. Since I'm just doing like a quick, dirty, improvise a random melody, I don't sing that badly out of tune or anything, but this just gives it a more polished sound. The bug in here just dive bombed my head. Like I said, he's harmless. I'm going to just scoop him up at one point and chuck him out the door. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.